Hello, everybody. Welcome to week 2 of the Link to the Past Randomizer League Season 8. We are done with co-op AD, and my DM, what's that
thank
smell?
goodness for that, right?
What's that smell, my DM?
That smells like head-to-head to me. I think we've got 1v1s going this week.
We do. You were supposed to say stinky, because
Oh,
this is Stinky's
yeah.
week.
Yeah, I guess it is. I still haven't decided what I want to call this mode.
It's too good to not call it Stinkies.
Alright, we can roll with Stinkies for tonight. We'll see if that sticks.
For those who
We'll throw
do
it
not
at the wall,
know,
see if it sticks.
yeah, we are playing Standard Inverted Key Sanity, which has lovingly been nicknamed Stinkies by a good chunk of the community, for a good reason, because it's funny, and also some people don't like inverted. Oh, look at that! We have a sword on Uncle.
Well, alright then. That'll make life just a little easier, I guess.
When did Talon start playing as Sans?
I'm not sure. Because I remember always fighting with Talon over who was the better Rydia player.
Right,
Talon never
yes.
plays as Rydia anymore.
So yeah, we have a standard start here. The Hyrule Castle and Pyramid of Power tiles are both the same. So Hyrule Castle is still in the light world, and Pyramid of Power is still in the dark world. All the other overworld tiles have been swapped. And we've got Key Sanity, as you can see by that pod small there.
For some reason, I always feel like this mode ought to be Randomizer, and it just isn't.
Listen, if you want to make more modes Randomizer, I'm all for it. But the real question is, can the Hyrule Castle Small be in Castle Tower?
I don't think so. I know that they wound up plandoing that out of Kabuki Drop.
Right.
I think they just plandoed that out altogether. They said, let's not do the thing that we did a couple of years ago. I forget even at this point if it was League or Main that had...
It was Main Tournament this year, specifically.
Yeah, it was Main
yeah.
ago, where
it was this
they
year.
had competing key layouts. Yeah, yep. That was an experience.
So it's not possible for the key to be in tower. Well, why are we even bothering? That's what I want to know.
Because it's League, and you have teammates who are counting on you, that's why.
Not me. Nobody's counting on me this week.
Well, at some point we'll have to get Talon in here after the race is over, and we'll get all the juicy details about why Saha's kids finally broke up.
Mostly because I didn't feel like playing last year, because the modes were cringe, as the kids might call it. And Talon and Pi had already found other teams last year when I was absent, so...
And decided to keep them? Okay, I can respect that. It is admittedly more boring than juicy, but, well, we live with those sometimes.
Yeah, no, sorry, there's no scandal here. Alright, there's that small key that can't be in Castle Tower. So yeah, we've got Faux, Filets on the left-hand side, represented by Raynox, and the Hera Basement Dwellers, represented by Talon on the right side. Raynox's team went 1-1 last week, so coming in with 3 points to week 2. Talon's team, unfortunately, going 0-2, so hoping to pick up a win here and get on the board.
And this is one of those situations where I can say I've played against both of these runners. Raynox was the Quartile 1 runner in my group in Maine this past year.
I played Raynox in round 2 of the brackets this year. Very, very strong runner. I want to say, like, at this point, he's not newer to the rando scene. If this was a year ago, you could have said he was pretty new to it, but he's been around for a year and change now.
For
but
a year and a half, 2 years.
Yeah.
At some point, you stop being a newbie, and people just say, "Oh yeah, Raynox, he's been around for a while."
Mm-hmm. Pretty even through the escape sequence here so far. I know Raynox did have a little NMG experience about 600 years ago prior to playing Rando. I think he did NMG like 10 years ago or something like that.
Well, that's been a minute. And we've seen Talon here poking around, seeing if he can't find a bomb drop.
Yeah, we're really hoping. Now, the prize packs, I'm assuming, are not seeded, right? So they are random. You may just not get bombs in escape.
That's entirely possible.
It's like we have given up on it.
Yeah, he's still killing them. He saw a heart, so it could go heart fairy, unless he's seen 2 hearts. I saw him see 1 heart.
Yeah, I didn't see beyond that, but...
Well, he's still killing them, so...
Yeah, I mean, on the way, maybe you get lucky, but yeah, this is another heart, so we are on the heart pack.
That's the pack the vanilla guards are in. You're never going to see anything. Well, you'll see a green rupee in there eventually, but that's certainly not going to blow open the wall.
Alright, and we are out of escape.
And Raynox is really out of escape. He doesn't want anything to do with that.
Respectable NMG escape times here. Yeah, the straight save and quit. We're gonna go pick up some bombs. Oh, so the sanctuary. Okay, I guess that makes sense. The sanctuary has to be vanilla as well. Talon gonna go for the more well-known bomb farm in Skull Woods, looks like. Take a peek at Bumper Ledge there, just the heart container.
A little surprised he's not going to pull that tree, but okay.
Is that tree in the Dark Worlds a pull tree?
I sure want to say it is. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's been so long since
I have no clue. I know one of the statues in front of the pyramid is a pull, and the paw of one of the TR is pull, and that's the only. Those are the only Dark World ones I know. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, we did get a pre-activated flute in Hype Cave, which is pretty nice. Heading over to the mire area for 2 more pretty easy checks. Used to be pretty common start in Flukies when we had that in main tournament a couple of years ago.
And using those convenient iframes to walk right through the sparks. Hi, Bo. That's interesting.
We've got a bow there in Mire Shed. We have a lamp in the middle of Skull Woods. And we are gonna do Stumpy into Dig Game, it looks like.
Interesting that Pod Small comes out there for Talon in the front of Skull Woods. Combine that with the bow, all of a sudden you've got 2 checks.
My favorite part of Inverted with starting Flute is that the Mire Rain sound effect never actually resets when you flute away from the Mire area because the game never expected you to flute away from Mire area. Alright, Talon done in Skullwoods for now. Looks like Raynox is gonna do the Village of Outcasts stuff as well.
Everybody wants to go to the village. It's an inverted start. Where else would you
It's, yeah, I mean, pod.
Once you've got the pod small and the bow, you probably go there.
A little more money and a Meyer big key. Now this is, I believe this is just 7/7.
Yes.
To beat
yes,
Ganon, right?
This is
okay.
not AD. You probably don't care about Castle Tower Smalls unless that's your Light World access.
And that's definitely never happened in inverted before, so.
Oh, never, never. Especially not when this game throws you a sword. It's the very first check you do.
It wasn't the first check, it was the second check, thank you very much.
On a very slight technicality that he walked out with the sword, so the check was already done.
4 checks in the front of Thieves Town. 4 now. And nice map.
The game seems to be relatively free with all of these Meyer accoutrements in the early going, aside from, you know, access to the dungeon.
Yeah. Nothing too exciting there. Probably see both players kind of just swap positions. Raynox will go up into Skullwoods, Talon will head down and do Dig Game Stumpy into Hype Cave. And then it's probably about time to converge onto Pod. Unless we want to go up the mountain for Super Bunny Cave.
I don't know that anybody's going to be all that thrilled to go play Dances with Lionels.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Especially not when you get to that point where you've got 5 logical checks in the front of Pod.
Mm-hmm. And can very easily do another 6 of them. Oh, Talon has 4 pod smalls. We actually have 6 logical. We have a lot of logical checks in pod.
Okay, sure.
Nice shield.
So we've got Team Shields and Team No Shields, huh?
That appears to be the case, yeah. Let's see, what other awful checks do we have? I guess we technically have Pyramid Legend logic with that flute.
How are we going to get there when it's in the other world right now?
Oh, right. This mode's stupid.
Yeah, the weird tile swap thing plays with your head.
Yeah.
You said that, and the reason I asked the question was not, hey, I want to make last year's main tournament runner-up look a little silly. It was, I haven't actually played this mode. Is there a way that we can just do that?
Yeah, no, I forgot that Hyrule Castle and the Pyramid are, in fact, in their default worlds. Taylor gonna take a quick trip up the mountain here, looks like. This is an interesting choice.
You can go look at a couple of things and
You can.
smile kind of forlornly at them and not really care.
Why does Sans turn into Ness?
I don't know.
I mean, I guess there was some Earthbound influence in Undertale. I suppose that makes more sense than Frog turning into Bomberman. Alright, old man, 50 bucks, and Rainox heading to Pod, which definitely seems like it's gonna have what we're looking for. What that is, I'm not sure yet. But it will probably have it.
Whatever it turns out to be.
A moon pearl, perhaps?
That seems pretty likely. We're certainly not lacking for logical checks in this dungeon at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, moon pearl would kind of bust this open as far as what we can do, because that would give us Dark World access through the nonsense connector on the mountain. Alright, Rainox going for the big key chest check. I like this when you don't have the big key.
I like it less when it's a compass.
Well, sure.
There's not really a whole lot of avoiding that in advance, though, unless
How about
you
that
set
compass,
up a
though?
safe scum. Yeah, well, that one didn't cost you an additional key. It still cost you a text box, though, and you feel kind of bad.
Going to Mimics here with 5 arrows. Alright, 20 bucks, not really what we're looking for. Piece of heart, not really what we're looking for.
What good was this bow, game? What's going on? Man, if I'm Rainox, I'd take those 10 arrows over there on the right-hand side of those spots.
I probably would have too.
I'm a coward. Anytime I don't see that I have full resources, I just get a little antsy.
Tail's gonna save his key for now. Alright, so we've got the 3 more checks in here that are actually in logic. Which is this one. And there's the Moon Pearl. Alright. Problem solved. We can now do everything.
I was waiting for it to be pod, small hammer.
Unless you're Gamma, then you don't know you can do everything, but that's it's a different story.
Interesting, Rainox. Going ahead and spinning that key in the back as well.
I think that's a reasonable play. If this is a pendant, then obviously you don't care, and if it's a crystal, you're almost certainly going to run into one of the other two on the way. It does orphan the big chest a bit, but I think that's a totally fine decision. Renox has been doing a bit of a better job setting up his death warps than Talon, so getting these out of the way a bit faster. And now we have Moon Pearl, and we will probably go to the Light World / Dark World, depending on how you look at it.
We'll go to the world. We like the world. The world is good.
I wonder if Renox is going to save the old man. Yes. Yes, he is. Talon getting his Moon Pearl. At least you don't have to make the decision of where to start in the Light World in this case, because you really only have one option.
There is a choice. It's just been made for you. The other choice is you can just sit in your house and wait for your opponent to dot done.
That's the choice I would make. Right now it's gonna get a little refill before going through the thing to the scary Light World where all the enemies do way less damage. So yeah, I mean, both players pretty much in lockstep here. I mean, the only real difference is Talon has had taken a little bit longer to do those death warps and probably farm those bombs a little less efficiently than Renox did, just buying them at the start. Little lumberjack check.
There's never been anything here.
Nope, still nothing.
There will continue to be nothing here. Until that fateful day when there is something, and that's the day that you forget to check it.
Oh, interesting.
Because you always
Talon
forget to check it.
gonna go ahead and take a peek at Super Bunny first before going into the Light World.
Could have some value.
It could. I mean, 2 checks here. Okay, we don't care what the... What are we doing? I don't care. Who cares what the TR medallion is, man? It's inverted. It's Quake for those who care, but...
There's that pod big in the Light World.
Okay. It's a little annoying. Alright, $300 and a small key to Skull Woods. Neither of those particularly useful.
You don't mind having one, especially when you've already stolen one key and thus need one to make it all the way to the back, but one of those is likely to fall into your inventory sooner or later anyway.
Alright, we have a big key to Hera. And a fire rod. Speaking of Skullwood Smalls. Ooh, Talon, be careful, his bat's still 2 hearts of damage here. We are in the Dark World. Okay, Talon, there's no murder dactyls there. This is the Light World.
That's a force of habit.
That's a hammer.
That is a hammer.
Big key to TR. It's a big key to Thieves Town. I believe that is what we call in the biz a beatable Thieves Town.
Unless the mirror pops up, it's gonna take Raynox a minute to get back to it, of course. But that glove is not terrible.
No? Yeah, no, given the Light World access we currently have, you are going to do basically everything here that you can do before heading back to the Dark World.
And since you're walking out with at least a glove and the hammer, your Light World access just got a whole lot better.
It did, yeah.
We'll get a nice blind run of the race game here. It's key sanity, makes sense.
Yep, pretty common in keys modes. Full heart container? Well, we came all this way, might as well.
Yeah, if you'd I spied it, there's a very good chance that you don't pick that up, but since you're here already...
Alright, continue down to cave 45.
Of course, that's the same excuse that I use to rage collect things like sticks and 3 bombs when I'm full on either, in any mode.
It looks like we're going to go ahead and pay a little visit to one of my best friends, Agina.
Going to start all the way at the west here and make the clean sweep. I'm here for it.
Well, I suspect this is going to be a save and quit to Link's house and then just take the portal back into Light World.
It certainly could be.
Bottle? Okay. I suspected wrong.
Well, there's also Checkerboard Cave over here because inverted.
Ah, yes, right.
And if you're going to pop the save and quit, you want to pop it out of Agina's closet instead, because this is just a quick in and out. That's got
Yeah, I was going to say, I wonder if it's more efficient. Oh, well, we got a little Samaria there.
It's more efficient to collect Samaria than not.
It is. Alright, now we're just gonna go on a little hike here. Oh, how about some myths?
Those are nice.
Are they? It's inverted. What did Mitz even do for us?
Logical King's Tomb once we have boots.
Sure, okay.
This is... Yeah. Again, with the weird inverted 2.0 changes, I actually have to stop and think about it.
It lets you take the portal on top of TR. Palin also doing the double take at that Samaria and checkerboard.
It's practically under the doormat.
Right side Death Mountain. That's actually a good shout from Shin. You can climb the mountain in the Dark World, cross over through the hot Lionels, jump down and take the portal, and do Paradox and stuff that way. Alright, Ice Rod Cave, another favorite check in inverted. Okay, so Talon is doing the save and quit out of Agina's cave here. Good checkerboard force than Agina. I don't know if this is actually faster, but... Well, I guess if we're going somewhere else, then it probably is. Oh, he's gonna go beat Thieves Town. Okay.
Yeah, he wants to put Thieves on the board. Alright, sure.
Get your beatable Thieves Town emotes in chat. Oh, and here comes Raynox. Not finding a whole lot in South Shore there. Did get the mitts. So, that'll make the Light World access a little bit easier from here, but... job on Talon, keeping track of those resources, picking up a couple extra bombs here in the attic. Pick up a sword, which is nice. Doesn't really do anything against blind, but it's nice.
It'll be handy other places.
Okay, so Zazaks are on the big prize pack, which is actually pretty nice.
Yep, birds are in that, the Stalcos are in that, one or two other things. But those are the ones that you run into most often.
Notably on the GT climb, which can come in handy.
We're not really seeing a whole lot out of this play yet, Gil. I think our runners have to be hoping for the crystal.
I didn't expect we would see a whole lot from this play. I just agree with it, that's all. I am contractually obligated to recommend this play. Well, how about a crystal for our troubles? So, there's that, at least.
Better than the alternative.
Very nice fight from Raynox. Alright, one crystal on the board for both players. Looks like... Where are we going? Talon gonna go clear out Skullwoods as well?
Yeah, looks like Skullwoods to me.
I didn't catch anything on that map.
No.
Oh, Raynok's gonna pick up some more bombs, looks like. Interesting. 5, generally, I would consider enough.
Yeah, when you've got 2 swords and the hammer, it's not as though you're really looking to bombs to be a primary weapon for you. And
Right.
I feel like 5 is sufficient to most tasks.
If I was like 2 or something there, then sure, but I can't imagine what we'd be doing that, like, I mean, unless we're planning on going to Ice Palace or something, which we can't do because that's mirror locked in this stupid mode, so... Speaking of Ice Palace, we have a Bombos now. We're gonna go to Zora? Or no, Catfish. This is Catfish. Getting a little away from us here, this room.
Yeah, when you go into that room with beams, it's just not great, and then the mini Moldorm played good defense, so the fire rod shot didn't get to the Gibdo.
Yeah.
Yeah. I know why that room ended up looking like that. It's
this is Master Sword. Talon, get that hammer out, come on. My dude. Get that potion out.
Hugging them off.
Ah, yes, the back of Escape. And Mirror's pretty good.
Mirror's pretty good.
Pendant less good. Alright, so Ice Palace, I was saying. Get fake flipper to ice now.
You could do. Do we have any keys for that at all? That dungeon's
No.
terrible with no keys.
We don't. But we have a Samaria. And we know it's a crystal. Alright, unfortunately, Talon not getting paid out anything for doing the back of Skull. But looks like he's going to pick up his mirror here. That's an interesting Super Bunny strat. Quick swap strikes again. See what Talon opts to do with this mirror. It's like gonna finish up the rest of the South Shore stuff. Makes sense to me.
It'll get him some things he's looking for, or at least things that he's certainly not going to complain about having.
Desert small there on the floating island.
That's fine, but we don't have book yet, so who cares?
Right, yes. This being inverted, we are required to have the book. Alright, gonna do a little digging in TR. We have the big key. No small keys, but... And that's as far as we're gonna take it. Alright. pretty healthy seeds so far.
It's not doing that normal inverted thing where it tries to kill the runners. At least not more so than normal.
Talon getting his garbage from a mini Moldarm cave. Renox doing the slow walk through Spiral. 4. Couple bombs. That we just spent money on not that long ago.
And yet somehow Renox is down to 4 arrows and has been dodging arrow drops. The resource management here, I'm not quite grokking, I don't think.
Alright, 7 items in here. More bombs, good. The Thieves' Town small key.
Have you considered patience in your clearable Thieves' Towns?
Nope.
That's what I thought.
That's pretty much it. Taylor looks like we're gonna go for the fake flipper here. I mean, Zora is in logic, and is kind of a pain to get, so... I am not opposed to this. Raynock's gonna hop on in to Laser Bridge. Now, I don't know how the Laser Bridge logic works here. I don't know if this requires a mirror shield or invincibility or not, the way it does in cross keys.
My given understanding is that that's because cross keys is rolled on an older version, and that just doesn't hold true in otherwise modern rando.
It very well might be, but we do get a hookshot for our trouble, which is nice. We can get Super Bunny Cave, sorry, not Super Bunny Cave, Hookshot Cave back at the top of the mountain now. Also go beat Hera if we want after this. Okay, I don't know about that hit there. That seemed like a questionable hit by the laser eye there.
Yeah, it's fine. The game gave him the full refill off the hard piece. We're not playing Oko, so you don't have to agree or disagree as long as you're still alive.
Talon doing a couple out-of-logic checks here. Let's see if we get anything good. We get a shovel, so no. Speaking of bad items, Raynox getting a bug net. Gonna continue backwards through TR. We will get stopped at chain chomps here unless we find another key. Oh, okay, we're gonna steal the key instead. Yeah, we're gonna steal this
key and leave magma chest behind exactly like you would normally.
This is such a long walk backwards through that. I mean... yeah, I guess.
The other parts are easier.
Hey, look, arrow pot. We did it.
Normally.
Yeah.
Whereas you're supposed to have all 4 keys to get into the vanilla big key location, so just kind of operating under the assumption the keys aren't showing up, so there's nothing there, and we'll live with that choice.
Oh, a castle tower small on Zora.
Ew.
Big key to Eastern. Alright, so that is a beatable Eastern now as well, which is pretty nice. Looks like Taylor making the play over here to the mountain as well. Okay, good shield. Yep, tink. Alright, last two checks that we can get in here. And not a whole lot, so I guess we're gonna go out through the front here so we can check Hookshot Cave and then head on over to Hera. Do have to do this nonsense of lifting the rock for some obscene reason. We decided to put this rock here, but it's fine.
That hookshot does give us Mire. That'll let us in the front door.
Yeah, it's a beatable dungeon. Whoops. Unfortunate portal placement there. Goldwood small. TR small. See how Talon decides to handle his keys here.
Ice Palace big. Maybe now you want to take Flipper to Ice LOL.
Going to Crystal Ruler this way? I don't think this is correct. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to do this from Laser Bridge, but... Sure, that's probably a map check. Ten arrows, pick him up, pick him up! Oh, okay. Well, never mind. We're saved now.
That's as free as pickup gets.
Well, red boomerang in lava chest. So, Raynok's probably not going to miss that too much. Taylor will save a little bit of time not doing the front three right now, which didn't really have anything. Wow, who knew every other chest was just going to be arrows?
The game says you don't want them? Well, you don't get a choice anymore.
Well, Talon's going to be very excited once he makes his way over to Hera. Alright, we do not know what the prize is for this dungeon, so this will be new info.
The prize is googly eyes and a piece of heart.
It is a red crystal.
I suppose we'll call that a pleasant surprise.
I think we're about done on the mountain here. I saw a green pendant mire, so suddenly that looking less interesting. Maybe we make the Ice Palace play without flippers? I don't know. No, this is probably just going to be Saha Eastern. And then also clear off Pod while we're there. Actually, no, we are not going to clear off Pod because we need one more key.
At this point, you clear Saha Eastern first, and you hope that
Yes.
what you're looking for is just there. Or you splash the lead up here and you go to Pod. Or, not Pod, Ice. That's certainly possible.
Oh, this might just be under the bridge in Zora area, maybe?
Yeah, you can do a little illegal swimming. That's fine, too.
Yeah, I mean, Zora is in logic, and that is pretty orphan for Raynox, considering he already did Catfish. Oh, Talon hasn't done Laser Bridge yet. That feels bad.
That does feel a little bad.
He's going to be quicker to half magic, so he's probably happy about it. Oh, we're going to... Okay, I don't know how much I like this play right now, personally. I mean, it is a crystal, I suppose.
It's a crystal. The game gave you a big key. You've got some Aria already. It's not going to get a whole lot better.
Ten arrows. Alright, what do we have? GT small. Not that exciting. Ten arrows.
Now we see why Raynox skipped the arrows.
Mm-hmm. Ah, I'll book. Alright, well, that is a couple checks in Desert we can do. Talon gonna head back over to get his hook shot now. I do think Talon needs to do something to diverge from Raynox coming up here. If he keeps following along, he's just gonna continue to be behind. Flop small? That's pretty good.
Alternatively, he's in a position where he needs Raynox to start giving him some of the time back from things like that skull clear.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's that. In general, I think Raynox's routing has been a bit cleaner, so that's given him a bit of a buffer on what Talon's been doing, even aside from the Skullwoods play. Fortunately, Talon not going back up to Hookshot Cave. Oh, okay, now he's gonna do it. Okay, never mind. A sec, I'm pretty sure the Ice Pig was in here, and we kind of need that.
I do like how we got the swamp care package in here, and yet we have no flippers.
Got away from him a little bit at the end there, but good cold stare fight, and rewarded with just pretty much just a crystal and that book. Talon is going straight to Eastern now, though. Also, we'll have the key issue. Actually, I think Talon preserved a key.
I think he did. He may want to preserve one of these 2 remaining hit points, though.
Eh. Raynox trying to set up the splash delete here to finish up the rest of the... Oh, no, and that's it. Alright. Well, unless there is something in Castle Tower Chest 2, not really missing a whole lot up there. Saha hoarding a library in the back. Yeah, nope, that's not... Wait. Oh, he's thinking about Meyer, but then... deciding to pivot to Eastern instead.
Probably in hopes of pulling the desert big before committing to that area.
Mm-hmm.
That would be my guess, anyway.
Yeah, hoping to find a pod small in Eastern, perhaps, or for pod to be a pendant. Okay, Hera, fantastic.
Oh, good. Another check that nobody ever wants to go back for.
Especially because we're kind of done on the mountain until we have to go do GT or finish off TR. And Hera in Inverted is not as friendly to get to.
It's mildly better in this than it would be in normal Inverted, since
it is.
One takes you to the top of the mountain rather than the bottom. But
Raynox getting bailed out here. Pod small in the compass chest.
I was going to have a good chuckle if there was also one in the big chest.
I was waiting for it. I think our flippers are in Meyer.
That's looking possible, certainly.
I also think Talon took way too much damage trying to pick up that pot.
That was a lot of damage. He had a hunger, and the only cure was nomming on those anti-fairies. Here's some more anti-fairies, Talon. You want to nom on those too? No, I guess he's full now.
I gotta teach Talon about stair lag cancel.
More than stair lag cancel, you know what gets me, Gil?
What's that?
One really simple trick that people just don't do.
One weird trick they don't want you to know about.
One weird trick. No, one weird trick that they just don't want to do. You know when you go down and you bomb the wall in Blind's hideout in Kakariko Village in the Light World?
Mm-hmm.
Do you know how many people walk all the way in front of the crack and turn and face north and plant that bomb?
Oh no, I don't know that I've ever really paid attention to that.
You will now.
Oh,
Now
great.
that it's been said, you'll think about it. No, that is really lenient. If you stair lag cancel, you can drop that bomb.
Oh,
I'm
just
not
yeah,
sure
you
you can
just
drop it instantaneously, but pretty darn near.
yeah, you just need to do a couple steps over and drop it.
Yeah, it's like playing horseshoes and hand grenades. All you have to do is be close.
Yep. All right, Talon not gonna bother finishing pod. Oh, because it is a pendant. In fact, Talon had the map info there. Oh, I guess we just have all of our dungeon info now, huh? Raynox also gonna ignore pod. Alright, so what are we doing?
I think that may be a little less forgivable in Raynox's case, just because having already done ice, he knows he's still missing some things, including the flippers, which could be in pod.
Yeah, I guess Talon's gonna go ahead and do ice here as well. Raynox, looks like we're gonna get a pyramid ledge check and first chest of Aga Tower. Yeah, the siren song of Meyer is definitely calling.
Somewhere, Homewrecker is smiling. Until it proves to have just been on Helmasaur King all along.
Well, we are one more key away from that being a possibility, but...
It's out there somewhere. It's kind of like the truth.
How do we feel about Pedestal?
Yeah.
We are one pod small away from Pedestal being in Logic.
Okay, final upgrade to... Eh?
Yep. Fire play makes sense. I mean, the more time that goes by without Raynox finding anything, the higher the likelihood of him making that dip into the back of Skull Woods is, which would be good for Talon.
That would help even things out. At this point, though, it does kind of look like Meyer's just going to have the thing.
Unless it's one of those really dumb checks that we've left, like the Thieves Town Big Chest or
Hera Basement.
Hera Basement, yeah. I mean, we do have 3 checks in Desert as well.
I suspect that whether or not Raynox finds a big key to Desert Palace in Meyer, Desert's going to be the next play here, just because it's right there.
Yeah, I am inclined to agree. Alright, Talon getting his Castle Tower, or sorry, his Swamp Small, rather. Talon does need to get that Bombos, however, to get into Meyer, and that was at Hammer Pegs. Oh, I didn't realize the big key to swamp was also in here.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was saying. We were really getting the swamp care package.
Yeah.
Here. It's just the game wants you to have the flippers first, logically. Vanilla Big Key location Meyer, 10 sticks. The game is just going to 4th speed Raynox those sticks now. It's if you skip the sticks one time.
Never again.
Never again.
Right, luckily
See
we're
if
on...
I ever give you a sight check of sticks.
Yeah. Luckily we're on 12 hearts blue mail here. A little bit lesser health. This Vitreous fight would be a bit more dangerous, but and there's a 13th heart just to make it even less dangerous. Alright, Tailing finishing up ice. Even up the crystal count for now. I do wonder if Raynox goes all the way to Vitreous or not here. You probably do, I think, just because it's a green pendant.
If you haven't gotten anything in Key Sanity and you're sitting there looking at non-clearable dungeons because you're missing required items, I think you just do it while you're here.
Small, not really going to do a whole lot for us at this point. Let's see what Talen's going to do. Might be Pyramid Ledge, Castle Tower?
Probably. It's not impossible that he walks from here down to Bombo's tablet, but I'd rather just loot 6 at that point.
Oh, well. Oh, Pod 6. All right. That is on the menu. And we have not found anything in here, so... Ah, right. Talon has this shovel as well.
It's not exactly a mushroom, but still, oh good.
I don't recall where this shovel was off the top of my head, but it is not useful. Oh, interesting. I guess we're just gonna go do Smith Chain. Okay, I mean, this will get that Bombos for Talon, so he'll be able to get into Meyer for his nothing, apparently.
Just waiting for something to be on Vitreous.
It appears we have also gotten yet another heart while we were in here to make this even less of an issue.
Why I never.
Go ahead and down that potion. No, I'm gonna just YOLO it. Okay, that could have been a little dangerous.
Yeah, that was mildly spicy.
Sometimes those lightning bolts kind of spread all over. All right. Well, we still have the green pendant turn in, but Meyer coming up very empty.
I don't know, the emptiness of Meyer there, but for that Pod 6.
Really makes you think.
Pitch? No, surely not. It's just on the green pendant, everything's fine.
Well, Raynox is headed back to the village. This looks like it's going to be for Smith Chain, but... Smith Purple Chest into Bombo's tablet makes sense. Talon showing some good inverted knowledge, knowing to flute to 6 to turn this in. Wonder if Taylor's just going to take this book into desert.
It's possible. That would be him actually getting a step ahead of Raynox for a moment.
Yeah, Taylor can avoid Meyer here. It potentially gives him a big time bank back. I don't know if you're going to avoid Meyer here, though. Unless, I mean, if we just find flippers in desert, that obviously would lead you to swamp. Nope, we're doing Meyer first. Ripperoonie.
Remind me where the book was, Gil.
That book was in Ice Palace?
Yeah, so we're not going to pull flippers from desert, that's for sure.
You're right. That was a test, and you passed.
Good. I'm glad when I passed these tests that proved that I'm still sane, because I was worried there for a hot second.
I did forget that that's where the book was. For some reason in my head it was in Pod, but then I thought about it and realized that it's like, no, that was not the case.
It's a Dark World dungeon on the eastern side of the world, sure. I mean, they're pretty fungible at that point, right?
Yeah, they're right next to each other. Adjacent, if you will. That green pendant is still looming. We could do that. I mean, we are kind of running out of checks here, so...
Aside from the terrible ones that we've skipped.
I mean, desert is your best option, which is what Raynox is going to do. But obviously, as you said, we know the flippers cannot be here.
Yeah,
so.
we know it's not going to be flippers, but we're still looking for some other... The big key to this dungeon could be in this dungeon.
Yeah, could be.
Ice Rod could be here.
Sure, yeah.
GT Big Key.
Not immediately useful, but yeah.
Gonna have to find it eventually.
Boots.
Also something you're not likely to turn down, even though if it's not necessarily required.
10 arrows.
I'm telling you, this game has it out for it now.
How many 10 arrows are in the game? Okay, well, another one.
At least one more. At least one more. And I think he's given in. You saw how he picked up the skull pot with the
I saw it
there. I think that was Raynox's admission that the game has won this round.
Some bombs. Alright, well, desert is not what we were looking for. We'll take a peek at the torch and see if there's anything important. But... so we are down to our crappy checks. We can go back into pot. So this is actually decent for Talon because there's a pretty good chance Raynox makes the play into the back of Skull. Which will give him a little bit of time back. But yeah, we have, what, Hera Basement, we have Pod, which looks... Oh, okay, let's do a green pendant first.
And we have Thieves Big.
That doesn't exist.
Because Beautiful Thieves Town has never heard of one.
Nope.
I still like to tell the story of one of... Not the first seed that I ever played, but I'd probably played 10 or so at this point in time. And I decided I was in go mode, and so I didn't do things in the back of Thieves Town that I had the ability to do. This wasn't even key sanity, it was just I had a small key and I didn't really feel like going to the big chest because, well, nobody would ever get 4 out of 22 on the right-hand side of GT because they didn't pick up a Samaria in big chest thieves.
Never.
Nope, never happened.
Alright, that green pendant turn-in was, in fact, nothing, so unless Pedestal is our answer, Meyer was completely juiceless. Raynox is going to go in here and finish Pod. This does make sense. Save Skullwoods for last, because it'll be your last pendant. You can pull Pedestal, you know, once you're over there. But yeah, we are down to the bad checks.
And this is the time where you start kind of wishing as a runner that this was just AD, because since it's not, you start worrying now, well, Now I get to pick my pick of these handful of terrible things that I left behind. And if my opponent picks right before I do, it may not matter that my route was more efficient or that my
All right.
execution is better or whatever you think your out was.
Well, we did have to go back to pod. That is required. There is an ice rod there in the big chest.
That's a thing. So, juice by association, question mark?
No, I'm not going to give it to him.
It was logically required.
Alright, so that does give us a beatable TR as well as Pyramid Fairy.
It's like one of those kids' drink boxes that says something like 3% juice on it.
Not from concentrate.
Yeah, where it's not actually juice, but there's enough juice in it that they can claim something.
It's juice product.
Yeah, juice adjacent.
Okay, Talon playing this a bit safer. Came in here with less full hearts than Raynox did. Oh, is that lightning?
There's that red potion. Your safeties are there to be used.
Alright, not the fastest fight in the world, but it gets done.
Faster than the one where you die and have to run all the way back down here.
This is true.
Raynox gonna go hacking and whacking on Helmsworth King here.
So you probably go do TR before committing to Skull, right?
You would think. It's a crystal dungeon that you have to do anyway.
Yeah. And it opens Pyramid Fairy. Alright, Talon done with Meyer. Gonna head into Desert and get nothing. And then we'll see which of the bad checks he wants to do first. I do think Pod is probably the likely choice, just specifically because you can turn in that green pendant that you just spent, 4.5 minutes on for nothing else.
You'll be in the area.
It's also Talon's last pendant. That is true. Alright, so Raynox does still have Lava Chest. I'm not sure if we'll see him clean that up or not. Alright, Dead Rocks apparently Talon fans today.
As the flute gets out the hammer, goes to 5. That's
Yeah.
what we expected.
It makes sense. I think, Talon will probably... I think Talon will go check Pedestal before going to Skull, before going to TR. Would be my guess.
Given that he'll have the availability of it once he clears Pod here, that's pretty likely. Unless, for some strange reason, he just sees the Ice Rod and bails. And at this point, you can't.
Yeah, you just have too few things left.
Bad.
Yeah, you're leaving one check for one check. Like, the math is not great there.
Not in your favor. I've seen people do some strange things in Rando, though, Gil.
It's been known to happen. What are we actually looking for here? TR, sorry, Desert Big and GT Big, is that it?
Desert Big, GT Big, flippers.
Oh, right, we still need those flippers.
Yeah, we're still out of logic, those flippers.
Well, those cannot be in GT. What does Trinix have for us? Heart piece. Oh, Talon not quite getting the bomb jump there. That one should be good. There we go. Getting that ice rod. This is our 4th time through this portal, our 4th time picking up this stupid rock. I guess this is to clean up lava chest. Or Hera basement?
Hera basement and ether tablets over here.
Oh, ether tablet, yeah. Do those first and then maybe do lava chest after?
And then if you still don't have it, yeah. Under the general assumption that if it was in lava chest and your opponent did that earlier, which was possible, then if it was there, you're probably just beat right now anyway.
Yeah. Well, it's blue, but not the blue item we're looking for.
Wrong blue thing, game.
This is where Talon gets a bit of a chance to catch up. If Talon does decide to go ped, and that happens to be the flippers, it's a very good chance that he gets to avoid these slow checks like Hera Basement and potentially Pyramid Fairy, which Raynox may do. So far, most of Talon's divergence has not really paid off for him. Not that there's been a ton, but there was a couple things here and there.
And all of a sudden, if it is ped, then that play into Skull Woods pays out for him in a way that it previously did not.
Alright, basement fans. Not here.
More blue thing that is not the right blue thing.
Alright, what's next? Spike Cave is next.
I understand making the play while you're here, but it's still illogical.
Is it? I thought with half magic and bottles, it actually becomes logical.
You still need an invincibility of some kind.
Do you? Okay. Well, what if the Desert Big was there?
Okay, that works for Raynox for the moment. That's still not going to give him flippers, though.
No, it will not.
It's a check that does have to be done, so who knows when Talon gets to it.
Alright, Talon, what's the play here? Show me the flute to 3. No, he's going to do TR first. Yeah, didn't want to jump off there. That's not what we wanted to do. Hopefully he does check Spike Cave.
Now that he's up here, I suspect that he does the thing.
Yeah, he'll do Hera Basement, so unfortunately not really going to gain any time on Raynox this way. What are we doing, Talon? What is happening?
I'm very confused. Raynox pulling a small key to Turtle Rock there. We're getting closer to having that rang in logic.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe Talon just forgetting about the portal on top of TR.
Maybe he just doesn't want to lift the stupid rock.
Maybe. Alright, I'll beat Landmo. We know we're not... I mean, I guess we could find the GT Big here, but that's the only thing of any worth that we could find at this point. You know, wouldn't hate a third sword, but... Hey, remember when we said this wasn't all dungeons?
Yeah, I remember saying that very distinctly. And it's still not. We're not going to see Aga 1.
That is true. We'll aim a little off with that fire rod. Oh, unfortunate. Getting a 3-cycle.
Oh, and because Talon took Lava Chest, he still has the front 3 of TR that he's going to get here, so he's going to give that
right.
time back to Randomizer
Yeah.
as well. Renox is in pretty good shape here. Let's see where he wants to take this.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's just not a lot of space left for Talon to catch up. Again, the big spot for Talon, which he has not been to yet, would be Castle Tower Chest 2. But yeah, we're going to get the pedestal check and the clear of Skullwoods. And we're going to get bullied. The thief taking all of our arrows that we earned. I think you check pedestal there first. Just so you don't need to do another mirror transition.
Yeah, since you came up in the light world, that makes a lot of sense, I think.
If we were 1 item from go, I would say, yeah, Skullwoods first, but we are 2. Alright, Galen gonna do this Hera Ether Tablet Spike Cave nonsense. Presumably. Alright, Raynox, hearing what I said about Talon for not using hammer, busting out that hammer here.
And now, the only way to make this logical, I think, probably, is to pull flippers off Ped here.
Thief's Town Big Chest.
Yeah.
Castle Tower Chest 2.
Nobody wants to go there either.
Alright, the blind pull.
Man of the people. Here we go.
Yep. There they are.
Well, Gil, we have one problem. Now we've got the whole remainder of the seed to find that GT big.
Yeah, we get to play the fun game of how much stuff do you want to check here before going to GT. And this is not regular inverted where you can, like, climb GT first and then just mirror and do the basement. Well, I guess you couldn't do that anyway. Never mind. What am I talking about? You need the big key. Alright, Talon, go pulpit, please. Don't go do a desert yet. He's gonna go do desert. Oh, he didn't do Spike Cave. F. He's gonna do Pyramid Fairy. So this
Pyramid Fairy could be a bit of a spicy out though. Because
yeah, if GT Big is here or in Castle Tower, that potentially buys Talon a lot of time. Yeah.
Because one of the things that in Inverted 1.0 would be obvious is just take the big bomb over there while you're going to GT. When
Right.
GT's up on the mountain, that's not a combo check anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the Raynox will not touch Castle Tower until after GT. Zero chance you do left side swap in Raynox's position? I'm probably inclined to agree. I think you do all the stuff on the way and then just hope your big key is in GT, which, I mean, by all accounts, it probably is.
Just as a matter of numbers, it probably is, but there's only one set of numbers that actually matters here, and that's the seed that was rolled. Just because it's mathematically more likely does not make it correct.
Oh, don't I know it. Alright, well, Raynox is going to do left side. Oh, hey, nice sword. So, I mean, that's a decent find for Talon. Not something that's necessarily gonna win him back a ton of time, but not upset to see it.
Seems unlikely that Raynox is ever going to get that one.
No, probably not. Alright. Big moments coming up here for Talon. This second chest really kind of needs to be something, and by something I mean the GT Big Key. There's really nothing else that saves a significant amount of time. I mean, the second sword, the other sword here would be kind of funny, but again, that's not really going to make a huge difference at this point. And that is just some bombs. What are we doing, Talon? I'm a little confused here. What are we doing?
I'm not sure what this play is.
Graveyard Ledge? Have we not done Graveyard Ledge?
That's what I was just beginning to wonder.
Boy, wouldn't that be something?
Not checking the eponymous ledge, that would be a choice.
No, because it sucks? Wow. Well, there's all our TR smalls. Oh, wow.
Okay.
Okay. So you're telling me there's a chance.
If
Boots on
GT
Graveyard
Big is
Ledge.
behind those, that's
Talon,
really
what?
interesting all of a sudden.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a couple options here. Yeah, Raynox is definitely not getting those. Anyway, this is what you people get for not checking Graveyard Ledge. Oh yeah, there's the Burna for Spike Cave and Logic. And also laser bridge. Get your hook shot, go in a mire for nothing, or for your flippers.
Yeah, flippers, absolutely nothing.
Alright, well, unless the big key is on the GT Torch, those boots not gonna pay out for anything other than being a bit speedier, which, you know. It's something. Alright, tailing back into Spike Cave. Gonna pick up this Desert Big. He should... Well, you know what? I'm not gonna say that because I didn't. I was gonna say, he should know that the flippers can't be there, but honestly...
When you get this deep into the seed, sometimes you just lose track of those sorts of things. Been there, done that.
Alright. Swamp done. Did not have our GT Big Key.
By the same token, I'm the kind of runner who, if I've already cleared all of the pendant dungeons and it's turned up essentially useless to me to have done so otherwise, I'll just go rage pull Ted anyway, and
sure. Yeah.
Sometimes there's a happy surprise. Oh, well, I had to do this after all, lol.
So Talon can save some time if he decides not to do left side swamp. That being said, Talon I am, you know, very familiar with and is a serial overclearer, so I wouldn't be shocked if he did left side swamp. Alright, Talon fans, you are hoping for a big key on the torch here. That is not a big key. Imagine not full clearing every single siege you play.
Yeah, yep.
Yep, oh, sword there in GT, free. Silvers, free. Red mail, free. Baby mode activated. Alright, Talon's last chance here is to go to the Thievetown Big Chest for some strange reason. Whoops. Whoops. That's why I don't use the boomerang in that room.
Yeah, it's an NMG thing, you get used to it, and then every once in a while your muscle memory just completely deserts you like that.
Where are the flippers? They are on Pedge. Used bow?
At least for one shot.
At Clearmouse, who is currently calming a different match. Just about Quake, and alright, no big key yet. Alright, Talon has actual nothing left except to pull Pedestal.
If he decides he wants to do Thievetown Big Chest first, and both of those pay out for him, he doesn't know it, but he'll feel great later.
Yeah, Raynox blind pulled, but it was also his last check too, basically, so, I mean, yeah. Mine is Graveyard Ledge, which, LOL.
Which apparently nobody wanted to do.
Oh good, 10 arrows. Oh, good. Oh, wait. No, the big key to this dungeon. Talon, why did we read that? What else do you... Oh, I guess you have Thieves' Town Big Chest.
And that didn't have to be the big key to this dungeon. It could have been the big key to Skull Woods.
It could have. It could have. I bet Talon shouldn't have read the pedestal because he literally has, like, no other checks. Like, why would you... Just blind pull it, dude. Alright, that is go mode for Raynox. Just needs to climb this tower and then beat Ganon. Can't believe the game would bait us like that with a mushroom and then immediately give us the big key.
Right. It was supposed to be mushroom, wrong big key, and then right big key on mushroom. Doesn't the seed know how to plando? Right?
So yeah, I mean, Raynox did have a couple scary orphans this seed, Zora and Castle Tower 2 specifically. But, you know, luckily did not end up being an issue, and should come out of this with a win.
And I think the other game for this Week 2 match is scheduled. I think it's going to be Nux and Fiery.
Sure. Whoa, that was an interesting recoil.
This game does strange things sometimes.
See if Talon just makes the GT rush here.
That Nux Fiery game between Basement Dwellers and Filets is going to be on Thursday, in point of fact, at 16:30 rando time.
Alright.
No channels assigned that far out yet, but it exists.
Does look like a left side skip from Talon, so a little bit of time he'll save.
A little easier to justify when you're only one from go.
Remember when I said Talon was going to skip left side?
So much of that. It was just doing faster checks first in hopes of skipping it, but he could have continued doing faster checks and skipping it.
Well, I can say that both other races that started at 7 o'clock have finished.
I'm not surprised. This was not one of the kinder, gentler seeds. Raynox with a little bit of a poke there, but going to use hook strats to get through. Was that validation powder?
That appears to be the case. Magic bat, anyone? I told
Bomberman Branch, does Ganon have powder vulnerability to this seed?
I told PH I'd do a pilot spoiler practice with him tonight after comms because I was like, oh, it'll probably be done by 8:30.
Famous last words.
He's been up all night waiting. Well, I blamed our runners for not rushing pedestal. Like idiots.
Talon really did have the opportunity with that early skull clear when he had the third pendant.
Yeah, if he made the play for it, this would have been very close.
That would have put him in a really interesting spot with the Spike Cave.
Yeah.
Because at that point it becomes even more understandable that he full clears Swamp Palace. But then Raynox ended up full clearing Swamp Palace as well.
Which Talon did not actually full clear Swamp Palace. He decided to take a peek at the left side and then bail.
Okay, sure.
Oh, I see Raynox is a cringe runner. Did you find boots at the graveyard ledge?
Well, no, Ganon, in point of fact.
Oh, missed the torch glitch there, but that's fine. I actually kind of think torch glitch is usually not great when you're non-silvers anyway. Alright, that'll do it. Get your GGs in chat for Raynox. Gonna move his team up to 2 wins, which I will adjust on the thing here, because I have control over this stuff. I don't know if Talon looks at the race room, so this may...
Sometimes I don't know if he even looks at Discord. There was a night that he and I wound up in a ladder pod together, and I tried to ping him to chat about it really quick, and I sat around in the channel on your Discord for probably 5 minutes. And
he's a busy guy.
Then I bailed, and then he ducked in after that, and I just happened to look.
Oh, we're going full right? Let's go, baby.
Just keys things, why not?
Look how much faster this is with boots.
Well, the game expected you to have boots here.
Right, logically required. Oh, now it's Talon's turn to dance with anti-fairies. Bye-bye silvers, that's true. Alright, we are joined by our winner, Raynox. Hello, GG.
Hello, thank you.
Fun one, huh?
It was interesting. It was interesting. Where were boots? Were they boots?
Those, well, there's only a couple places they could have been, considering you mostly full cleared the game, but they were on Graveyard Ledge.
Oh, interesting.
So yeah, they had a couple outs there, but unfortunately, GT Big was just chilling in GT.
Yeah. It's kind of scared for Zora because I tried to get there with Fake Reapers and...
yeah, you had a couple locations that were a little like, it was Zora, Graveyard Ledge, and the second chest of Castle Tower were the 3 that you had that I figured you might be a little nervous about.
Castle Tower, not that much, because like after after GT, I will have gone to Pyramid Fairy and did.
That's okay, yeah.
Same thing. I got the mushroom from GT. I could have gone Witch Hut and just walked to Zora.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it's not ideal. The 2 webs. That's how we name the flippers until now.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to think. You were pretty late to touching most of the pendants. So
Yes.
I'm just trying to think of the routing here, because yeah, you kind of put off Meyer for a little bit, hoping that you wouldn't have to do Meyer, and it was also, it seemed useless at the time because all 9 checks were garbage out of it, plus the green pendant.
Oh, true. Yeah, I did think about it. Well, you saw me, I went Meyer first, and I was like, no, let's do his turn first. Just because I knew it was a green pendant.
Sure, yeah.
So, I could... Well, if I knew it was bad, I would have done, of course, the Meyer, then I could turn in the green pendant and do Pod at the same time. But in the same idea was like, oh, I can delay Pod and green pendant and do them together later.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, then a mistake with Desert, because I went Desert first before Skullwood, but as I was doing Desert, I figured that the book was an Ice Palace, so Flipper were never there.
We had that discussion, and I forgot that as well. I was like, oh, maybe Flippers are just in Desert, and my DM had to correct me. It's like, oh, yep, nope, that's right. They cannot be in Desert.
Logically, that one wasn't going to work.
Yeah, I figured out midway.
Yeah, the logic in this seed was actually quite funny, because those boots actually opened up the logic for the majority of the seed, because your Cane of Burna was in King's Tomb, which was your logical access to the hookshot on Laser Bridge, which got you into Meyer to get your flippers eventually.
Yeah, I thought about that one.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care. Then I did Spike Cave, like, wait, where's my invisibility item for Spike Cave? Ah, whatever, let's just do it.
Yeah, at that point, it doesn't really make a huge difference, because the only other check that, other than those 3 random ones, I mean, obviously there was Thieves Town Big Chest, but as we all know, that never has anything, so...
That one did scare me. I think that was my worst blind spot. I think I went Thieves Town a little bit too early.
You both went at exactly the same time.
Oh, we did? Okay.
I was a little surprised that you both did it that soon as well, but, it worked out fine.
I think I was too much on my reflexes of Kabukis, but it's not Kabukis. It could have been a pendant, it could have been important to get that big chest, so no.
Well, luckily it was a crystal.
Luckily. And pendant were required anyway.
Yeah, it turns out it actually was all dungeons, basically.
Otherwise, I was pretty proud of my routing of Total Rock the first time I went through. Was taking on the spot, 0 key. I think I did a rather good job.
Yeah, well, you did miss the red boomerang in Lava Chest, but,
Yeah, but 0 key. It was either I do front of tier or Lava Chest.
Yeah, no, it was probably the right call. Yeah, I think overall, like, your routing in general, have you practiced this mode that much, or is this...
Yes, I did. I think I did 4 or 5 Cs.
Yeah, your routing was pretty good, and that's kind of what had you build the lead over Talon for the most part. I mean, you guys did a lot of the stuff in roughly the same order, but here and there, your routing just ended up being a little bit cleaner, which kept putting you, a little ways ahead over the course of the seed.
Oh, that's nice. It's nice weird. Yeah, standard verted. You cannot go in this mode thinking it's like inverted. There's it's similar, but there's subtle difference, like how you put I don't know. There's subtle difference, yeah.
Yeah, it does take a little getting used to. I definitely had to get used to some stuff doing comms, because I kept confusing things, like where Hyrule Castle and the Pyramid were, and which worlds those were in. But
what good actually did, chat had to catch us on that one.
Yep. Talon into Ganon here. Does not have those silvers.
Oh yeah, DM room was the package.
Yeah, Talon went full right, so did not get the silvers.
I see.
Bless you.
Thank you. That's bad.
So how do you feel about the mode overall? Or I mean, you said you've done like 5 or 6 of them, so you must not hate it.
It's slower than other seeds, but it's not necessarily bad. I like having standard and inverted. I think putting Hero Castle at the beginning of the seed is very good because an inverted, it's there's not a lot of items and the spheres are also having a bit more. I think it's good. And also, I don't like routing Hero Castle and inverted in general.
I don't think anybody does.
Yeah, so I like that aspect.
Be the weirdo. I love routing Hyrule Castle into my inverted runs.
What is wrong with you?
You forget I'm an inverted enjoyer, Kill.
That
was to you my primary sin here.
Taking down Ganon.
But I think the 7-7 Kisimti is not a popular mode. I mean, does that have some variance?
We do have enough all dungeons stuff already, I feel like, so I don't mind it.
Yeah, that's true. Not that bad, I guess.
Even though I am an all dungeons fan, but I can give up my pendants and my Aga Tower every once in a while.
I might be a little bit biased because I did lose. There was a French tourney last summer, and I did lose an important match in 7-7 Keystone. So yeah.
All right, we are joined by Talon. GG's.
You joined by Talon.
Hello, we're joined by Talon.
Rip. Hi guys. GG's.
Hi.
Hey, GG Talon.
Man, let me tell you, when you full clear the game, it's pretty slow.
Yeah, nice all dungeons seed.
Yeah, right?
2 all dungeons weeks in a row, crazy.
You might as well have just made this AD anyway, but I digress on the mode choice. Keysanity without all dungeons feels odd, but anyway, I'll take it inverted however I can.
But
I take inverted however I can get it. Yeah, when inverted in general, but just this particular version of it. Like, when do you get to Graveyard Ledge? I was never in that vicinity.
Well, if you're Raynox, you never get to Graveyard Ledge.
Yeah, I have no boots.
Where was the desert big?
Spike Cave.
Oh, Spike Cave. That's right. For some reason, I had it in Bonk Rocks. Never
I mean, logically, it was locked by Bonk Rocks, which had invincibility item.
Right. Okay. Yeah, that's my bad. For some reason, it's just like, well, those boots are hard required. That
well,
sucks.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, it's your brain's all.
Oh yeah.
Toast.
Well, finding the ice rod. When I did, and then when I beat Eastern and got the crystal, I was like, yeah, whatever, Pod, not going into you ever again.
Yeah.
How about that? Yeah,
How about that?
I felt like at the beginning it was okay, because I was just like massively clearing everything I could, and then it was like, oh, I can beat this, go beat this. Oh, I can beat this, go beat this. Oh, I can beat this, go beat this. And it didn't feel terrible until I got about 5 pieces away, and it just, everything felt bad. Like, I can tell you what the flippers weren't after Ice Palace, which is nice, but it didn't make anything faster for me.
Yeah, it was tough. It would have been an interesting thing to see if you ended up going to pedestal right after Pod instead of going up to TR.
Right.
And getting those flippers, which we thought you might do maybe just because you had already cleared Skull Woods and you were like, ah, man, this is stupid. Maybe I just...
Right.
Pull this and see what happens.
And that was the plan after nothing was in Mire. I'm like, I have to lean into this now because that was such a drop. So then when I went to Pod and got the Ice Rod, I'm like, well, that's a crystal I can beat.
Yeah.
Well, now that's Pyramid Fairy. And I've been putting off Castle Tower all this time.
Right.
And Pyramid Ledge all this time, which is what led north. Like, it was all these things, like, that was the plan. Yep. And then I had a crystal I could beat.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So yeah, it was just... And Spike Cave was like, it was so easy to get to that it was always, oh, it's so easy to get to, I can do it later. Oh, it's so easy to get to, I can do it later. And then later just never came. But yeah, once I had the desert big and I knew the flippers couldn't be in desert, I'm like, okay, it's got to be there. Which, again, didn't feel
and
great.
Yet you still read it.
Oh yeah, I know. I know. It's fine.
I was actually quite relieved I did blind pull, and I was so relieved to see it was flippers, because if it was not, I did not have good checks remaining.
Well, and then it got down to that. Okay, all right, fine. Because my biggest hope was that was the GT big was on the pedestal, and you never checked it, and just ran to go clear GT thinking the key was there. I was like, I mean, that's an out because I still had Thieves' Town big chest. That's why I read it, by the way. And so I'm like, okay, this is a potential out, and then when it was flippers, I'm like,
Okay, yeah, I know you still have 3 cents, but like at that point, man, come on, you have two checks and you're literally right in front of it. What are you doing?
Stop it right now. You let me sulk how I need to. So then when we were in Swamp, it was kind of the same thing. Like, what do I think they would like? At best case scenario, I'm let's say a minute behind. Best case scenario. Would they have just rushed GT, assuming it's in GT? Do I do left side swamp? And
I know you poked your head in left side, and then we're like,
well, I screwed the bomb. I messed the bomb up. I went too early, so the switch didn't flip. And I'm like, nope, not going.
oh, okay, gotcha.
I'm like, that's my choice. I'm dead to it now. And I mean, obviously it worked out. But I mean, they were finished when I started climbing, so.
Oh, I did not want to do left side swamp, but I felt obliged.
Oh, okay. But yeah, that was kind of where I was like, I had to really play to outs at that point. So, but yeah, no, once I got to the flippers, I was like, all right, I'm already toast at this point. Start checking the room. But once I start climbing, I don't check anymore. I'm just like, I just finished it at that point. But yeah, didn't feel good on that one. Despite that, though, I really enjoyed running that.
Okay.
Yep.
I think I even called it that it was going to be a Death Mountain Descent for Light World.
Well, congratulations. You are more knowledgeable about this mode than our main tournament winner.
That's fine. Let me tell you how often I'm ever going to play this mode again. No. Yeah, thanks so much for putting it on. And again, I want to shout out Raynox. They were so accommodating. My schedule was super tight this week, and they were like, no, we can just knock it out Monday. So thank you so much for that. I do appreciate it.
Hey, no worries. That was, I mean, I think you thought my team was all European. I was like, no, I'm here.
Oh,
I
thought I'd saw in our a thread for our division that they had said that group was European. I'm like, oh no, I don't know how to fit this in. I really don't.
I mean, my teammates are, but
I was ready to beg at admin's feet to just let us do it on Sunday because I didn't know how else it was going to happen.
Well, you got it done. GG's again to both of you.
Yay!
Now you get to rest and watch
your teammates do it on Thursday.
Yeah.
I will be on vacation in Vegas. I will not be watching Zelda.
Well, fantastic.
Good luck to them. Hope it works out. I'll see you guys next week.
Understandable.
All right, any last words before we wrap this up? All right, no.
I can't.
I think we're probably supposed to wrap this thing up.
All right, well, thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate having you here. Thank you, MindDM, for forcing me to calm this match. And thank you to our trackers, Raynox and Talon. Appreciate it.
No, you're welcome.
Oh, sure.
Shout out to auto tracking for the first time.
Yeah.
It kind of worked out.
Huzzah!
We
We
do
have one game left on the schedule for
We
today
do.
over on SpeedGaming 2 coming up in a couple of hours. We've got Late Night Rando for you. Uncle Router's Hitman versus Longshot's Tyler Salt are going to have an 11 p.m. Eastern tilt in this mode. So if you're going to be up late or you're out on the West Coast and it's a little earlier for you and you still like a little more rando in your Monday, that's where you can go get it. But as for me and mine, I'm MindDM. Gil helped me bring this one to you. Well, really, he did all the heavy lifting. I just interjected periodically. But, yeah, I think we've reached the end of the road with this one. I highly suspect that SpeedGaming will raid over to another SpeedGaming channel where some other SpeedGaming activity is going on here shortly. But if you'd like to find out what those things are for yourself, you can head over to speedgaming.org/schedule and have a look-see at what's going on. Gil, I think we're out of here. Thanks a bunch.
Yeah. Bye.